Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, one of the great venues in all of college football and home to the Tennessee Volunteers. And this crowd knows that when the Vols run through the tee, they are in for a show. Little gets the blood boiling. Why like a rivalry game? Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Vols will kick it away first. And he's coming out of the end zone. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Reads it, fires complete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I'm a big believer in taking shots early in the game and being aggressive and showing my team I got confidence in them. Let's go make plays. First drive, already taking shots down the field. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside the contain. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Pressure coming. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with a sack.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated. But he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, the attempt is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Wants to throw on first down. Going for a big play right off the bat. It's complete. A huge pickup. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about.
They stripped it out. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble. And you could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Takes a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Got rid of it just in time. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. What a disappointment. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at home.
Give to the back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way.
And it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it.
And that's a live ball. He's into the open down the middle. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! The defense with the scoop and score. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Tennessee, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there, and you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make a connection. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback.
Watching this Tennessee running back, man, he just runs with so much purpose, and it reminds me of guys that I used to play against, Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, 2 great ball running backs that used to really test the physicality of our Gator defenses and some of those great games we had back in the late 90s. This dude right here, man, he just wears you down every single carry.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the Vols send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. comes out. They've got him pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. They'll leave it with him. Open space at the 25. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
He's taken down at the 40. That's a first down for the offense. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia 7, Tennessee 0.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see them square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
They'll go to the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He tries to take the top off. Pulls it in inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the D deny them on second and goal. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Touchdown, Georgia! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boise State is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Kellen Moore out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over Syracuse. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop. Who knows? Better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Volunteers are in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on first down. Moving away from pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And the pass hits, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. He's going to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the grab on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it, threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll try the left side. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back gets the give. Shakes off the tackle. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
That didn't bust for a long one. Now, 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Man, I'm 4th and 2. I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
4th
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
21, Tennessee, 0.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to take off. On the move is the 30. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Vols come to the line in a hurry up. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Trying to get to it. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers!
The big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys, who can score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, wants to throw. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Still running at the 40. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Trying to find his man on first down. A shot toward the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 he lost one down the sideline. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown ball! And the comeback is on.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Looking to go up top on first down. Makes his connection. Bulldozes him. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his big tight end. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Not much room. He gets one down to the 7. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Third and goal coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
Nice job by the defense, man. Understanding the situation, you can tell they were not giving up a touchdown. Like, they were playing a little bit deeper in the end zone, and the QB takes off. Nice job corralling the football. I'll tell you what, Brings up an interesting decision now after that positive gain to see if they want to go for it on 4th and goal.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Mississippi State has opened up its largest lead of the game in what's shaping up to be one of the more one-sided affairs of the weekend. They're up by 17 over Texas State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
A lot of times when you think about speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on them, and in turn you...
And the ball's loose. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
Buys a little extra time. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. This offense has a 2nd down play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Quarterback checking the play. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch past the sticks. At the 40, there he goes. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Volunteers racing to the line in a hurry-up.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the balls are rolling down the field. Oh, they had the screen all set up on 1st down, and he couldn't make the catch.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. From the gun. Give on the inside. Got some room, headed to the Touchdown, Tennessee! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back. It's a fake. Holder looking to throw.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Might as well give it to him again. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere. But you forget, this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
After that incompletion on third and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on fourth down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a two-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Here's the handoff. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Volunteers will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. And to get rid of it quickly. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. This time it's complete. Got enough space. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Trying to pound their way in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
On the fly. Brings up 4th and 1.
And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Wants to pass. Dances away. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There's been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
To the air on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
He makes the connection. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. The Vols want to crank the tempo. Gets it out quickly. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going for 6. Touchdown, Volunteers! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments, and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these 2 schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man in the middle.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Late in the game, they've got the lead. They know the opponent's going to throw the football to all areas of the field. That time in the middle, he was right there. Almost came away with that interception.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. When they're taking a shot up top, you just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
They're working that left side. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Georgia.
And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. And this to lock things up late. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Dogs! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth.
Georgia.
They might want to consider driving this one through on the ground, get him to touch it, and get that clock running. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And now the hit knocks it loose. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can